Welcome to Wood Art, dear friends, a quiet corner of creativity where forgotten materials find new purpose and where hands guided by patience turn history into beauty. And today, I invite you to step with me into a story that has shaped my life for more than 30 years. A story about forgotten wood and metal reborn, about architectural salvage transformed into stunning upcycled decor, and about how this humble, honest craft can become not only art for the home, but a powerful path for woodworkers who dream of building a meaningful business from what others leave behind. Because long before I had a workshop full of tools and shelves filled with finished pieces, I had only curiosity, a few old boards pulled from a collapsing barn, rusted hinges from a broken door, and the simple belief that nothing shaped by time is ever truly worthless. And that belief carried me forward through decades of sanding dust, quiet mornings, and the slow discovery that the most beautiful art often begins as something forgotten. When you walk through abandoned buildings, old houses, torn down factories, or weathered fences, you are not just walking through ruins, you are walking through libraries of stories written in grain and rust. And when you bring those pieces into your workshop, when you clean them, touch them, study their scars and colors, you are beginning a conversation with history. And that conversation is exactly what modern homes are longing for. Because in a world filled with plastic, speed, and sameness, people are searching for objects that carry memory, texture, and soul. And architectural salvage offers all of this freely if you know how to listen. In my early years, I learned that reclaimed beams still whisper of the roofs they once held, that floorboards remember footsteps, that window frames remember light. And when you cut, shape, and join these materials into wall art, shelves, mirrors, tables, lamps, and sculptures, you are not erasing their past, you are continuing it. And this continuation becomes your greatest business advantage, because no factory can copy time, no machine can reproduce weather, and no catalog can sell a story as honestly as a piece of wood that once lived another life. Customers feel this immediately. They touch the surface, they ask where it came from, they imagine its journey, and suddenly your product is no longer just decor. It is a conversation, a memory, a piece of living history that transforms their space not only visually but emotionally. And in business, emotion is the bridge between admiration and purchase. As a woodworker, learning to work with salvage teaches you skills that no new lumber ever will. Because reclaimed wood is unpredictable, it bends, it cracks, it hides nails and knots and stains. And in learning to respect these imperfections, you become a better craftsman, more patient, more precise, more inventive, and invention is the heart of any successful creative business. I have turned old stair rails into sculptural wall panels, window frames into mirrors, barn doors into dining tables, rusted metal grates into light fixtures, and every time I placed one of these pieces into a home, I watched how the room changed, how the air softened, how the space suddenly felt rooted as if it had grown there naturally. And this is what modern decor seeks today. Not perfection, but presence, not shine, but story. For beginners dreaming of turning their workshop into a livelihood, architectural salvage offers a rare gift, low material cost and high artistic value. Because what others discard you can often collect cheaply or even freely. And when you transform it with care, design, and finishing, it becomes a premium product. And this difference between what you pay and what people are willing to invest becomes the foundation of a sustainable business. But more than profit, salvage teaches you to see differently, to walk through the world with open eyes, to imagine shelves in beams, tables in doors, art in broken panels. And once you learn this way of seeing, you never run out of ideas, because every demolition site becomes a supply store, and every pile of scrap becomes a sketchbook. In my career, I have never feared running out of inspiration, because the world is always throwing away beautiful things, and our job as makers is simply to rescue them. Modern homes welcome this kind of art because it balances old and new, because rough textures soften sleek furniture, because warm wood calms cold concrete, and because metal touched by time adds depth to minimalist spaces. And when you design your pieces with this harmony in mind, you create decor that fits many styles: rustic, industrial, modern, farmhouse, bohemian, and this versatility makes your business strong because your audience becomes wide without losing authenticity. Filming your process for your channel, Wood Art, showing viewers the moment you pull a dusty beam from a pile, the careful removal of old nails, the first cut, the slow sanding, the oil bringing color back to tired grain, and finally the piece hanging in a bright living room creates a story people love to follow. Because transformation is one of the most powerful forms of inspiration. And when people see waste become beauty, they begin to believe that their own ideas, their own lives, their own dreams can be transformed too. Over the years, I have learned that the most successful salvage artists are not those who chase trends, but those who honor materials, who design slowly, who let the wood and metal guide the form, and who build their brand around honesty, sustainability, and storytelling. Because customers today are not only buying decor, they are buying values. They want to support makers who care about the planet, about craftsmanship, about meaning. And when you share your philosophy openly, when you explain why you choose reclaimed wood, why you leave certain marks visible, why you keep the rust instead of polishing it away, you invite people into your world, and once they enter, many of them will never leave. There were years in my life when business was quiet, when orders slowed and doubts grew, and it was always salvage that saved me, because it reminded me why I began, not to become rich, but to create, to rescue, to tell stories through wood and metal. And slowly, patiently, customers returned, designers called, galleries invited, and my small workshop became a place known not for quantity, but for character. And this is the path I wish for every beginner watching today. Not a fast road, but a deep one. Not easy money, but meaningful work. Because a business built on soul lasts longer than one built on speed. And now, as we gently come to the end of this long reflection, I want to thank you from my heart for spending this time with me here on Wood Art, for listening to the story of forgotten wood and metal reborn. And if today's journey has inspired you, if it has sparked an idea, a dream, or a quiet wish to pick up a tool and rescue something beautiful from being lost, please remember to like this video. Share it with your family and friends who love home decor and woodcraft. And leave a comment below telling us what kind of salvaged piece you would love to create or place in your home, because your voice helps this channel grow and helps us continue sharing stories, inspiration, and craft with the world. And until we meet again, may your workshop be filled with light, your hands be guided by patience, your business grow with honesty, and may every forgotten piece of wood and metal you touch find a new life through your art.